say we have a success because we have Paris. And Paris, it's more than 10 million inhabitants, so a big attractiveness for people living at 400 or 500 kilometers or more, or 800 kilometers like Marseille. And then you have a lot of traffic between Lyon and Paris, 10 million passengers per year, in comparison with 3 million between Madrid and Barcelona. And you have also a lot of traffic between Paris and London, Paris and Brussels, Paris and Marseille. So the main reason is the size of the country, more than 60 million inhabitants, the size of Paris, and the distance between Paris and the main cities. We have mainly only one line profitable in France, that is to say the Lyon-Paris line. And the other lines receive some subsidies, not a lot until now, but the new line under construction between Tours and Bordeaux, or between Montpellier and Nîmes, these new lines are at high cost and receive a lot of public subsidies. It's difficult to go further because the present system is functioning because of the cross-subsidization between the high-speed line. That is to say, the profit from the Paris-Lyon is financing the deficit, for instance, on the Paris-Strasbourg. The main problem of Spain was that the gauge of the network was not the same than the UEC gauge. So you were obliged to totally change the network, and because of that you decided to create a fully new high-speed rail network, but in a country with only 40 million inhabitants and with not exactly the same geography than in France. And then due to the fact that the cost of high-speed rail is high for the community, for the customer, the result is that the load factor in the train is rather low in comparison of what we have in France. The figures are very clear, more than 50 billion of passenger kilometers on the high-speed rail in France, and a little more than 12 billion in Spain, and with the same size of the network. Yes, the expectation about the European railway network and European high-speed rail network, maybe the expectations are too ambitious, because you have the competition of car, you have the competition of airplane, and even some regional buses. And in that case, it's very difficult to attract a lot of customers, because you have also the frontier effect. Just for instance, between London and Paris, two cities of 12 million inhabitants, 2 hours is the same than between Lyon and Paris, but Lyon it's only 2 million inhabitants, and we have 10 million passengers between Paris and Lyon, and only 8 million passengers in Eurostar between London and Paris.